This is Abnormal Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone, to the Cinema Head Cheese Podshort for the Lego Ninjago movie. This is Kevin Moyers, and I welcome you to the show, the weekend edition. You thought I forgot, but I didn't. I don't have a set day, Saturday or Sunday. I do when I feel like it, because it's my show. I do what I want. But, yes, figured on a weekend edition, I'd throw out some kid stuff. I have some more coming soon, and a bunch of Netflix stuff, all kinds of crazy things. I plan to watch Gerald's Game sometime this week because it looks really good. I never read the Stephen King book. I watched Big Mouth, which is Nick Kroll and John Mulaney in a cartoon together. You know how much, if you've been listening, how much I loved Oh Hello on Broadway, the stage show that the two of them did. Yeah, Big Mouth. Wow. Not for kids. About kids, not for kids. I will say that. But, yes, the Lego Ninjago movie. We saw this opening weekend, which was last week, and I wanted to give a little time to, because people we're going to see it probably saw it already, and I didn't want to give away too many spoilers. Not that there's really what you call spoilers in a thing like this, but it's the third Lego movie to come out in the last couple of years. There are some straight-to-video things, of course, and some things you can see on Netflix, and I'm sure Hulu and Amazon, all that stuff, that don't really exactly fit these. They're not... some of them don't even have voices to them. They're just action with no dialogue, which is weird. Some of the shorter ones. And it's not what you expect after you've seen the other Lego movies. But this one is a feature-length film, of course, and the big stars in this are Jackie Chan and Dave Franco. Jackie Chan is Mr. Liu, the shop owner, in the beginning of the story. A little boy walks in. This is live action. A little boy walks in, and they start a conversation. The kid has a chewed-up Lego figure, and Mr. Liu has his own little Lego figures, and he starts to tell the story of Ninjago. And there are a bunch of high school kids, Lloyd, who's played by Dave Franco, and his friends, that are a secret ninja group. These are voiced by Fred Armisen, Kumail Nanjiani, Abby Jacobson, Michael Pena, I think, and Zach Woods. And they're all ninjas, but they drive mechs. So it's sort of in the vein of Power Rangers, Voltron, that sort of thing. And they're pretty cool. I mean, Lloyd flies this big green dragon. They each have a different color. One is a robot. I think that's Zane. And, yeah, that's Zane. And they fight Garmadon, who is just the biggest bad guy ever in this world. The thing is, Garmadon is Lloyd's dad. Now, you see that in the trailers. Lloyd, he calls him to be an ass, that sort of thing. But he treats Lloyd like garbage. The world treats Lloyd like garbage because they're like, oh, it's Garmadon's kid, even though it's not his fault. But when they are ninjas, they're all masked up. They don't show their secret identity. So, you know, he doesn't have to go through that, even though he does sort of have that angsty teen thing going on whenever he faces Garmadon, and he can't quite kill him. They're always like, you gotta kill him, and he can't do it. He's pissed at him, but he can't kill his dad. But nobody knows really except for the other ninjas, because obviously they know his identity is Lloyd, but nobody else can really figure out why he can't do it. So it's pretty funny in that respect. The big problem happens when Master Wu, who trains the ninjas, also voiced by Jackie Chan, also Garmadon's brother, so he's Lloyd's uncle, shows this ultimate weapon. And, of course, they're Legos, and so this ultimate weapon is a laser pointer. And they're not supposed to use it. Well, in Mr. Liu's shop, there's this cat who is just kind of a pain. And in the Lego world, in Ninjago world, the cat is essentially Godzilla. So the laser pointer draws the cat into town, and now they all have to combine forces with Garmadon to fight the cat. So it's pretty ridiculous, honestly, but kind of funny at the same time. That, you know, it's they call him Meowthra, by the way. So you have that whole thing going. There are other voices in it, people that you would recognize. There's Ali Wong, Olivia Munn, Laura Keitlinger, Randall Park, Retta, Chris Hardwick, Bobby Lee. There are newscasters played by Robin Roberts and Michael Strachan. Trying to think. There are others. But, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of crazy stuff in there. And a lot of them are, you know, 1-2 line bit parts. And if you really know voices, you'd pick up some of them. I was able to get some of them, but not all. You know, but it was still fun trying to pick that stuff out. The one thing I can say for this, it was a fun movie. It had an interesting story. The father-son thing with Garmadon and Lloyd was interesting. Going through the backstory was interesting. And, you know, that was all fun. It didn't have the same level of humor that Lego Batman had, but it was still very entertaining. And it's a good watch with kids if you're going to go to the theater with it. If you're going to wait for DVD, whatever, you're not missing anything in the theater experience, really. But it's still enjoyable for adults, which is the main thing. And there is funny stuff. There's, you know, good humor in it, but it's a little bit more about the action and the father, son, uncle, the family relationship, that kind of thing. The other ninjas aren't as prominent throughout the story. They're there, they're important, but not as important as Lloyd and Garmadon and all that. So it's nothing too heavy. Has a kind of, okay, there's the end sort of ending. Kind of like Lego Batman sort of had that too. They had that weird, like, all right, they click together and save the city. Okay, but yeah, I never loved the ending of that movie, as much fun as that movie is. But you kind of get the same thing with Ninjago. But it's still a lot of fun and worthwhile. I'd say it's right along the first Lego movie as far as that goes, entertaining as that was. And again, with the live action, that's the one thing Batman didn't have, as far as I remember, is a live action sequence. The first Lego movie had the Will Ferrell and his kid segment at the end, and this has the wraparound. So I don't know. It's right along, just as good as the others. It fits the world, and not as funny as I'd hoped, but still entertaining. So I recommend it. Not my favorite of the three, but still good and enjoyable. So there you are. Lego Ninjago. Go see it. It's fun. I thank you guys for tuning in, as I do every show. I ask this week something special. My daughter and I are like this close, and I'm making it teeny tiny, like this close to having our book finished. And I've given it to a few people to read, kids to read, and I'm getting positive feedback, very positive feedback. Like, I can't wait for the next book kind of feedback, which is exciting because it's something my daughter and I put together. The story, we did that together. She did the illustrations for it. We're working on the cover and that sort of thing. Now, while we're doing that, we hope to we're going to have it ready. I shouldn't say we hope to. We are going to have it ready before Tucson Comic-Con in the first weekend in November. Now, what we need is some assistance in funding for publishing and that sort of thing. So I've started a Kickstarter, and you can look it up on Kickstarter under the Book of the Guardians. The book is called Search for the Book of the Guardians, but the Book of the Guardians is the title up on Kickstarter. And you'll see it, big banner, purple lettering on a white background, purple and black lettering, and you'll see Casey's sketch of our jackalope hero. He's an Indiana Jones type. It's an adventure book, but it has educational elements in it, vocabulary building, things like that. Again, I've heard nothing but positive, and not people trying to kiss my ass. I've gotten constructive things about it, like, what about this, that I've tweaked and changed and fixed, basically. So, but other than that, story, everything else, good. And I believe in this project. So I'm asking you, the listeners, to give us a shot with this. Check out the Kickstarter. Look up the Book of the Guardians. It'll come up, kids' book. And back us. For as little as $10, you get rewards. You get an ebook for $10. There are audiobooks. There will be an audiobook. We'll be recording it soon once we have everything finalized. The paperback, you can name characters in the second book with certain rewards. You will get autographed copies of the paperback with certain rewards. And the biggest reward includes a character sketch done by my daughter. So there are only 3 of those. I mean, that's a big one. But, hey, if you want to participate at that level, I'd love you for it. We just started it this past week, and it's moving along slowly. I need your help, and I'm asking you for the years that we've put into this, that you've been listening and reading. Give us a little bit of something in return. It's not much, and you're getting something back. You're not just giving us money. You're getting rewards. You're basically pre-ordering the book when you sign up for the Kickstarter. So that's all I ask, and I would appreciate anybody and everybody who can do this. And when you back us, share the thing so that more people can see it. It's a fun book, and I've never believed in something I've done as much as this book. I think it's really good. It's my favorite thing that I've ever done, and I'm not just saying that because I got to do it with my daughter. I think the story, the characters, it's so fun to put together, and I'm excited to write the second book with her. So, that's just how I feel about it, and I believe in this thing, and I wouldn't push it so much if I didn't believe in it. So please support that and share it. You will get your rewards before Christmas. If you get the paperbacks, they will be there for you, and you can give them to your kids. It will be a great book for them, especially that, like, later grade school, a 3rd to 6th grade kind of range. Perfect. So please check it out and back us. I would appreciate it so much, and so would the kid. Imagine you're 9 years old and somebody makes your dream come true. That's pretty exciting. She's already working on ideas for the second book. She loves this, and so do I. So we both appreciate it. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. Chewed your ear off at the end there, but, do what I got to do for this. And don't forget abnormalentertainment.com to check out all of our podcasts, cinemaheadcheese.com for all of the reviews and the little, press releases that we drop in there from time to time, and bunny17media.com. If you want a link to that Kickstarter, that's an easy way to get it. And you can also see the other books that we have up there. So, anyhow, thanks again for listening. I'll see you on Tuesday with something new. And you have a good rest of your night. Subscribe and download back episodes of Cinema Head Cheese the podcast, and read all of our movie reviews and news at cinemaheadcheese.com. Email us at cinemaheadcheese@yahoo.com. Search Cinema Head Cheese on Facebook and tweet us at CINHeadCheese. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.